Happy Friday! Happy Friday! Hey, girlfriends, how y'all doing? How you doing? I am so excited to be here with you on this Friday. I'm coming to you, your girlfriend, Krista Ellis from Detroit, Michigan, and I'm here with all of the FOF girlfriend expert. I see Gloria. Hey, Gloria.
Hey, Kristen. Hey, girlfriend. I'm so excited to be here from Baltimore. It is a beautiful day, and we're expecting a beautiful conversation about staying beautiful, okay? Hey, Katrina.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited. Chicago has found the sun. It could be different tomorrow, but it's your girlfriend, Katrina, and I'm coming to you from Chicago, and I see our girlfriend, Sabrina.
Happy Friday, you guys. You guys always brighten my day. You brighten my world. You're looking good, girlfriends. And oh my goodness, this is a hot topic. Hair during the pandemic. Woo, we're happy to have Rodney. So let's get to it. Let's get to it, Cassette.
Wish you could do it.
Yes. You guys, I'm telling you, we are girlfriends. We've been talking to each other about our hair, okay? It's a lot going on, but how many of you know our hair is important? And so we decided, we know there's so many different conversations going on about how do you maintain taking care of yourself when you're locked inside the house and you cannot. Most hair salons, I believe, are locked down, which means that we are all going back to you. Y'all remember when we used to get our hair done in the basement?
Yes.
Y'all remember? Almost every one of y'all can remember back in the day, everybody had a birth mark on their neck.
For sure.
Come on.
Yeah.
I still got a mark somewhere, right?
That's
But
from
today,
moving.
you guys, today we are so excited to bring to you our professional hairstylist. And I am so excited to introduce this awesome man because he is my hairstylist. When I tell you, he keeps my hair looking sharp. He keeps it fried, dyed, and
Laid to the side.
Okay?
Yes.
And I just absolutely love him. And some of you probably have followed him. When I tell you, he is the man around Detroit. Everybody knows Mr. Rodney Howe. I mean, he does so much in our community. He is a humanitarian. He's done a lot to raise money for HIV and AIDS awareness. And you guys, he has his own salon. He has been in business for 35 years. I remember when his salon was called We Be Jammin'.
That's a long time.
But unfortunately, that burned down.
Yeah.
He decided he needed to be a little bit more sophisticated.
Exactly.
So now it's not We Be Jammin'. It is Hairshin.
There you go.
Hairshin Salon. Okay, so he is the owner of Hairshin Salon, and he also has another salon called Silver Fox, which is so amazing. It is at our senior citizens complex, Ellis Manor, and that's where they take care of all of our fabulous seniors. So you guys, when I tell you, Rodney is impeccable in his style. Everybody knows him. He has the Rodney Howe collection. And when I tell you, he is just the man in Detroit. And so we're glad he's with us on today. And he's going to give us some insight, you guys, into how to take care of our hair. Because I promise you, inquiring minds want to know what to do with this while we're stuck in the house. So Rodney,
it's no joke. No joke.
You got to help us out, Rodney. You got to help us out.
No problem.
What are we supposed to do? So the first question, Rodney, that I want to ask you on today is, during this pandemic, what is the biggest issues that your clients are going to have trying to take care of their own hair? What is the biggest issue?
You know what? The major one is that a lot of my clients, their husbands don't know that they have hair color in their hair. So that's always the hardest part, that hair color thing. Because, you know, normally, depending on the percentage of gray that you are, for those of my ladies that are gray, that hair, we do a touch-up usually like every 3 to 4 weeks on that color. And we've been out now, I think it's been about 3 weeks, if not a little longer. And then I think we got another 3 weeks to go. So basically it's hair color. because that's something that we don't encourage our women to do. Because as you know, if you go out and you get a box color and you put a box color in your hair, those are one of the hardest things that for us professionals to correct. So then that's called a corrective color. So when you come in, it's going to cost you some money to get it corrected, and then it's going to compromise the integrity of your hair. And that's not something that we want to do. So we don't encourage you guys to go and get a hair color, because that's the first thing that people want to do. What am I going to do with this gray hair? And my solution to that is that you got to go back to the mushroom. Remember the mushroom?
No.
Hey, that's about the only thing that I could come up with pretty much is a mushroom. If you comb the hair down, because you know the edges are going to be the first thing to go. So the color on the edges. So that's one option. You can comb it down and try to camouflage it. But then they have something by Madison Reed, and your viewers can Google that and go online. And I'm sure you ladies are familiar with it. It's like a compact, but it's color that's powder. And it's in a compact, and you can touch up the edges. Now, it's only going to touch up, that's just pretty much for probably about an inch or so, because normally, you know, you go out, if you hadn't gotten your color touched up, you want to do the edges. This is something that's perfect. It's amazing. You get your shade, and then you just color it. And then if you don't have that, you can take your compact, and depending on what color your hair is, if it's a dark brown, you could use a brown or black or whatever color you ladies have in your compact that matches your hair. And they also have the pencils. They're pretty much like eyebrow pencils, the same thing. You could touch it up with the eyebrow pencil, but that's just only for a couple inches. We're out on this pandemic, and it's going to be for a while. So there's no telling how long we're going to be in and when we're going back. So
well, Rodney, I know my girlfriend Sabrina in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Sabrina hair is great.
I promise you, she got some questions for you. Take it
Oh
away,
my
Sabrina.
goodness.
Come on.
Well, you know
Sabrina.
what? Well, I'm asking for a friend, but you already asked the answer that, because the gray was the first question. And
Exactly.
so you answered that, Rodney. I mean, because my girlfriend used a black Sharpie yesterday to cover her gray, okay?
Are you serious? Look, I'm
serious.
familiar with
Rodney,
that.
I'm serious. And she said it did a good job, okay?
There
It
you
did
go.
a good job.
You have to do what you got to do, ladies. You got to be creative. And you know what else is good too, Sabrina? A scarf. If you guys have, I know you got some beautiful scarves that you probably haven't even worn. You can be creative with your hairstyle and get a scarf and tie a scarf around your head. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be, you know how a lot of women are wearing those bonnets. Don't do the bonnet.
Don't do the bonnet. Okay.
Don't do the bonnet. But a nice
Okay.
scarf.
Going there.
But Rodney, you talked about color, but seriously, because we've been in for so long, what about the perms, the people who need some relaxer?
Good
Because you know
question.
what? Going natural is a choice. When you're not trying to go natural and you're going natural, it's a problem.
Oh yeah, and that is so true. That's a good question, a very good question. A lot of times, and in our salon, we try to encourage the women to come out of their relaxers, and then that can be a problem too, natural hair. So either way it goes. Now, we try not to encourage our guests to go out and buy products from and the beauty supplies are all closed too now.
Right.
So the only way that you would be able to get something is at your drugstores, your Rite Aids. I don't know what you guys have in your area, Walgreens. You can go and purchase something there, but don't tell nobody that I told you. So if you just have to do something like that, and just a touch up, and I totally recommend that you have someone to do it for you. Because you can't see, when you're doing the relax, you can't see the back, you don't want to mess it up. So you might want to get your husband or your daughter or somebody that you trust, that you haven't pissed off, since y'all are all quarantined in there together. So I know that stress is real high. But get somebody in the house that will put it in for you. And if you have to do it, Cream of Nature is very gentle on the hair. And you want to get something, and I know it's not what your stylist uses because we use professional products. Now, y'all can't tell nobody that I told you this. But Cream of Nature, and make sure that it's a no lye. And no lye means that it has less lye than the normal relaxers, because all you want to do is get the softness. You're not trying to be bone straight. You just want to soften that curl some, just so that it's more manageable for you. So that's a recommendation, something if you just have to do it.
Thank you, Rodney. That's very helpful. That's really helpful. We know that this is not forever, but if you just need something in a pinch. Thank you. Excellent. Gloria, Katrina, who's next with the question?
I'm excited, Rodney. Seriously. You know what? When I'm listening to you, I'm remembering that you have literally done each of our hair. Like,
yes, I sure have.
We know that you have seen all of our hair at its worst and taken it to its best in that time. So your flexibility is amazing. And Rodney, I just got to be the one to say, if they're not watching you on TikTok, they need to find Rodney Howell on TikTok, because this man will make you holler for real. His creativity goes to hair, goes to clothes, goes to home decorating, and goes to the heart. I just had to say that. Rodney, you will be also watched by some other stylists. So in this time, what can stylists do to support their customers when they can't see their customers or their clients?
And you know what? That's a very, 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 very good question, Gloria. In my salon, and as you guys know, in our salons, meaning women of color, a lot of times we don't sell hair products because you're coming on a regular basis. Like Chrisette comes every week, sometimes twice a week. So therefore, she has no need for products at home. So that's how come sometimes in the African-American salons, we have maintenance products for shampooing, possibly holding sprays or something, but we don't want to give you everything because we want to make sure that you come back to us to get it done. But majority of salons that do have retail in their salon, I've seen some of my friends, they're packaging them up and they're calling their clients and they're letting them know, hey, I have this maintenance package here for you. This is going to tide you over until you get back with us in a few weeks or what have you. And it consists of your shampoos, your conditioners, your polishers, and things of that nature. So that's the first thing you should do is contact your stylist and ask them what should you do to maintain your hair. And I'm sure that they have products for you that you can use until we get back to the salon.
That's excellent. That's excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Katrina.
Yes.
Expert.
Well, for real, Rodney, I mean, I've loved every time I've been able to be in your chair. You are so amazingly talented. I did just have a conversation with my stylist yesterday. She gave me some great information, helped me get my order in, and then I sent her a cash app. Get excited.
Exactly. There you go.
Every time you see me on a Zoom, I'm going to be holding this side, and I won't turn to the other side.
That's right, baby. Get the best side. The best side. Do what you got to do.
So I'm going to ask for a friend too, for those that have a weave, okay? Mm-hmm. And maybe when this started, it was believable, but now it's becoming
unbelievable.
I mean, how do you take it out? What do you do? Because it could be doing damage to your hair with the weight if it's loose. I mean, what do you do? What do you do?
Exactly. Absolutely, Katrina. It will damage your hair if it's braided in and it's sewn in. And a lot of times women don't know that thread is cutting your hair when they're tightening it. So a lot of times when you come out of the hair weave, sometimes that particular area is very, very thin. So what my recommendation is I suggest that you take it out. And once you take it out, it's giving your hair a break because our hair needs a break. A lot of times we're braiding it, we're blow drying it, we're relaxing it. So we should take out this time to give our hair a break and perhaps condition it. And the old school thing is we gotta go back to the basics. You can use cholesterol. I mean, you guys remember cholesterol? This works really well. Exactly, and it works. So what you can do is you can shampoo your hair after you've taken your hair extensions out and just wait until it's time for you to go back to the salon to get your hair extensions back in.
Wow, that is so
So I totally recommend that you not have it in or leave it in, especially if it's something that's bonded.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Well, we have seen a shift in the selfies online.
Yeah.
Everybody taking selfies from the side.
You gotta fake it till you make it.
Oh,
And you
boy.
know what? Listen, it's time to go pull those baseball caps out.
Oh yeah, you got a
And,
cute
you know,
hat.
as you said,
Yes.
that's right. Get creative with our wraps, and you know what, Rodney? I really appreciate you saying that this is a time where you can allow your hair to take a break and to
Right.
get a rest. And I'm gonna tell you another thing that's getting a break and a rest is our nails.
Oh
right?
yeah.
We haven't been able to go and get our nails done, and many of us are going to find out, wow, our nails are becoming healthier and stronger because we've not been able to go and to do the manicures and those kinds of things. But
Right.
you have been just so helpful on today, and I know so many women are really at home trying to figure out what they can do with their hair. And so we appreciate, we know all the questions, and we'll make sure that Rodney can answer your questions. And one of the things that he said is to check in with your stylist to see what kinds of things they suggest that you do for your hair. And I'm sure that you can find a solution to our hair. But we know hair is important, but guess what? Staying safe during this pandemic is most important. And so, Rodney, we just want to thank you so much for being our expert on hair on today. You know, I love that you love all of our girlfriends.
Yes.
Each and every one of us, you've taken such
I'm representing.
Yeah.
I'm representing. Here we go.
That's right.
Got my mug.
That's
I love
right.
you guys.
So we
I love you
appreciate
guys.
every tip that you've given us on today, and I know that it is going to really help our girlfriend try to maintain as much as possible our hair during this time. And before we leave, we hope that you are enjoying our brand new website that was launched the other week. And so, of course, we have on our Force of Friendship t-shirts, and this is just a reminder that, you know, during times like this, you gotta have your girls, you gotta have your friends. That this shirt just reminds us that we are not by ourselves, and that we have a whole tribe of girlfriends that are thinking about you, praying for you, and hoping that you and your family are safe during these times. And so I'm gonna kick it back over to my girlfriend, Katrina, who's gonna tell you how you can get connected if you are not connected to the Force of Friendship.
Well, you said it all, Chris. Join our tribe. Visit us, the Girlfriend Experts, at theforceoffriendship.com. Share. And we're so excited you were on the show today, Rodney. So give it up for our guest, Rodney, girlfriend. Yes.
Rodney, awesome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.